Hi, this is Perry from Reach It, and this is another draft video which I'm submitting to my video team to turn into a professional video for you to add to your SOPs and your training regime. And it's everything you need to know about the fluid dynamics for the question or the statement, I don't have enough pressure. As we're converting everybody from 2 and 4 pencil jets through to 30, 40, 50 independent jets in a hydro blade or a rinse bar, there's a lot to understand about, where did my pressure go? Because if you had the pressure at the spigot or the tap, and now you don't have the pressure at the brush, is the way you perceive it. And then, well, where did that pressure go? We hope you'll be able to use it, and then later on we'll be able to turn it into something which looks really amazing. Okay, this video is helping somebody understand how to understand their fluid dynamics, their personal fluid dynamics when they're using something like hydroblade. So the secret is what we're trying to do. Here's the hydroblade here on the brush, right? Or here on the brush at when the brush is extended. So there are a whole lot of things to understand when somebody says, I don't have enough pressure. So that's the sentence. I don't have enough pressure on my brush. So we want to create a video which helps somebody understand how to understand their fluid dynamics and what happened. Because at the tap, this is the tap, or in America they call it the spigot, right? So they may have a pump or whatever. They may have a pump here too. There's a pump. Right, so wherever they are, let's say that there's a flow rate of 2 gallons per minute, or 1.5 to 2 gallons per minute is pretty much typical what we're expecting, at this point. And there'll be a certain amount of PSI that comes from that. But the PSI is actually relating to the back pressure. So this is point 1, if you attach your constructor brush with your hydroblade at point 1, and then you have a look at, how the brush behaves, and it'll squirt, maybe 3 feet, 1 meter. So that's at point 1. Then you follow your hose that's going to your filter. Now it's either going to be a DI filter or an RODI filter like Flow Red. And then at this point here, before you connect to that, right, you then test the brush. So you put your brush here, and let's say it squirts 2.8 feet. Yep. Something like that, whatever. It'll be less, yeah, because you've lost some of the pressure in this piece of hose. Then you go to the other side of your filter system and you connect your brush there. Now, if it's a DI, it might be 2.7, and if it's an RO, here, unless if there's an RO without a pump, it could be 2.0 or something like that. And if there's an RO with a pump, then it could actually be even bigger. It could be 3.0 gallons per minute pouring out, or 3 feet that the water squirts, or 4 feet even, depending on how that pump is working there. Okay, so now they understand how much pressure they've lost across this system. Then they have hose and potentially high flow and potentially rhino tube. So at each junction, this is number 4. And it depends how long this hose is. This hose could be 75 feet, or it could be 300 feet of hose. So at any junction in your hose, you then put your brush, right? And then let's say it's now squirting, 1.8. And then after the high flow, maybe it's squirting, 1.2 feet or something like that. Then there's the rhino tube. So at this junction here, there goes number 6 there, right? This becomes number 7. So after your rhino tube or whatever, no. This is rhino tube going up the pole there. Yep, so this is 6. So then it goes up. Now, before that's where you connect it. When the pole is compact, this is 0.6. And this is where, maybe it's squirting, 1 foot. And then you extend the pole up, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet. Gravity is working against you at 5 psi per feet. So then it might only squirt 0.5 feet. Yeah, and then you'll say there's not enough pressure. But there was enough pressure back here. It was squirting 3 feet like crazy. Yeah. So then the person understands, okay, I have a pressure loss through the way I've organized my filter, my hose, my filters, my pump or no pump, my hose, my tube, and gravity. These are all the things that are going to affect the system. So this is how you lose pressure, yeah? How pressure is lost, okay? And then the next video would be what you do about lost pressure.